Okay, so now we will cover in this identification one of the early battles of the Civil War, and we'll cover a few battles in this class, and perhaps more will be in the next class. So this first battle was one of the first battles. It's called the Battle of Antietam. And, you know, take your notes. It's September 17th, 1862. Okay, so just before the Battle of Antietam, there was another battle called Bull Run 1, and Bull Run 2, which is also between the South and the North. And that one, you don't have to write this down, but that one is July 12, 1861, and then that was one of the first major battles. But now let's get to Antietam. Okay, the Battle of Antietam, September 17th, 1862, and now the war is completely rolling along. It's raging, and we've now moved into 1862, and you can see here the blue is all of the troops, which would be Northern troops, and then the Confederates would be in red. So all of this conflict was between different troops around Sharpsburg, Maryland. And this fight went on for multiple days, and was quite violent with rifles, bayonets, and artillery. You know, here's a picture of one of the hills. You can see a typical troop encampment where the troops waited before fighting, with the tents, with the food tents, the medical tents, the living tents. Sometimes they would prepare for battle, and then whenever the generals were ready, then they would order, have their strategy for the attack. And there were many different strategies at this battle, and multiple generals and colonels leading it. So again, you see the Battle of Antietam. It was done around water. You have the river there, and you have Sharpsburg, which is a town. And so the fighting went on, and it was a major battle. Okay, so at this battle, it was a violent battle. Like I said, a total of about 23,000 soldiers died, were wounded or missing in this day of battle. 12,000 casualties for the North, and about 10,000 for the South. Numbers are difficult to have an exact number. Possibly 2,000 actually died, but many almost died or lost limbs, because remember, you didn't have antibiotics, and bad injuries were hard to take care of. So it appeared the South had won, but in the end, and more Northern troops had actually died, but in the end, the South did withdraw, so that withdrawal will make it more of a Union victory. So that was the Battle of Antietam up to that point. See here some, the shot is an actual photo from the area of the battle. There's a grave of just one soldier killed at Antietam, age 22. And sometimes in history, you can learn more from studying one person than you can from studying numbers or statistics or battles. We'll get more later in the semester in different ways of studying history. But so this battle, though, was representative of one of the first really large battles of the Civil War, and that's why you say why important. I would say that why important It showed it was going to be a long, hard-fought war. Now today you see, the Antietam National Battlefield Monument. So ultimately, it was again on. Um, okay, so September 17th, 1862, 23,000 soldiers had casualties, and it was the first largest battle of the war, um, and showed that the war was going to be a long, hard-fought war. The Civil War was not going to end. In 62, it still had 3 years left. And so that is the famous Battle of Antietam. So you should be able to write that out in your identification of 4 to 5, 4 to 7 complete sentences. All right, so just get that to me through Canvas or email, and I'll have the grades back for you as soon as I can.